Good morning, it's 8 o'clock and this is the BBC's Breakfast Time programme. It's now more than 12 hours since Britain's worst air disaster, a disaster in which a Pan Am jumbo jet crashed onto a town in Scotland. It's now known that 258 people died on the plane, at least 15 more on the ground.
Next hour, we in the studio will be asking aviation experts what might have caused the disaster. There's talk of an explosion before the crash. We'll have reports from Heathrow Airport, where relatives and friends are still waiting for news, and from the United States, where the ill-fated Pan Am jumbo should have landed in the early hours of this morning.
There was no mayday, there was no warning. At 7:19, the jumbo jet disappeared from the radar screens and crashed onto a hillside and onto the edge of the small Scottish town of Lockerbie. People who saw the jumbo jet come down spoke of a fireball, of liquid fire falling onto Lockerbie and onto the A74, onto houses and onto cars. The remains of a jumbo jet that had been flying at 31,000 feet one moment, that had hurtled to the ground the next. A Pan Am jumbo jet with 258 passengers and crew, men, women and children, had crashed 54 minutes from Heathrow Airport on its flight to New York.
Next hour, we in the studio will be asking aviation experts what might have caused the disaster. There's talk of an explosion before the crash. We'll have reports from Heathrow Airport, where relatives and friends are still waiting for news, and from the United States, where the ill-fated Pan Am jumbo should have landed in the early hours of this morning.
And then for this evening and tonight, well, still some rain or sleet around perhaps to begin with in these more southern parts of Scotland and through northern England, but all the time that's going to be working its way southwards into the rest of England and Wales, so that in the north for much of the night it'll be fine and dry. There'll be quite a widespread sharp frost again, just one or two wintry showers coming in on those northwesterly winds to those north-facing coasts. Also, I think you're going to find later on in the night in that southwestern part, those frontal systems will bring in some rain, and eventually too some rain getting into the southeast. So most parts having some rain overnight. And that's it. A very good afternoon.